Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's a beautiful day. We're gonna do an amazing recipe. I'm gonna use my hands a whole lot, but we're gonna do something I don't do nearly enough because it is a recipe that involves catching a trout, keeping a trout. And I have some trout here. I actually have some steelhead that we caught in Oregon this year, and I have some rainbow trout that we caught here in Idaho last year. They've been in the freezer, and we need to get rid of them. So we're gonna do what I like to call trout candy. What trout candy is almost like a trout jerky that's very sweet. And I like to do this, I like to do it in big batches because when you do it and you do it right with enough brine, with enough cure, you can throw these in the freezer, they'll stay forever. But if you're going on a trip, going on a hike, you can throw them in your backpack and the fish will last all day, if not 2 days. So this is what we're gonna do. I have some steelhead here, I have some trout here. What I've done with these trout is I pulled them out of the freezer 2 days ago, I unthawed them, and then I brined them. The brine is super simple. All I used was some brown sugar, some maple syrup, and some salt, and some water. These fish have been brining for about 10 hours now. I pulled them out of the brine 2 hours ago to let them dry out a little bit. And we're gonna uncover the plastic now, and we're gonna go throw them on the smoker. But first, this is important. I like to do a little extra with the trout candy. This is just a little bit of honey, soy sauce, and some water. And I'm just gonna glaze these bad boys before I throw them on the smoker. And I'm gonna do this about every 45 minutes while they're on the smoker to give them that nice candy texture, which is very important on candy trout. This is a great recipe for people that say, I don't like fish. I don't like anything that tastes like fish. Well, I enjoy the taste of fish, but not everyone does. So this is a good way to use up some trout that you might have, or to keep some trout and, you know, use a renewable resource. I can feed this to anybody, and if they don't say they don't like fish, they will like this. But as you can see, I have big chunks of fillets. Another way you can do this is to cut them in little slivers, like jerky sized. But I like to do this because after I do it, I put them in a bag, I vacuum seal them, and then I throw them in the freezer. And like I said, when I go on a trip, go on a hunt, go on a backpacking trip, I can take these, throw them in the cooler, and then when we leave the trail, I throw them in my backpack. They'll last for 2 days. So the fish are ready. I've got the Camp Chef going. I'm gonna smoke these for about 180 to 195 degrees, and it's gonna take it roughly around 3 to 4 hours. But like I said, every 45 minutes, I'm gonna go and glaze them, check them, and they're gonna be amazing. Trust me. So it's been about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It was at 180, I just cranked it up to 200. I'm gonna throw a little bit more of this honey glaze on these bad boys. They're looking really good. They're looking delicious, actually. Smell even better. A couple more hours, they'll be ready to rock. So something I failed to mention, but I definitely recommend, is if you don't cut the pieces of fish into little bite-sized pieces, you really have to judge every piece of fish by its size. And not just by how big it is, but mostly the thickness of it. So if you can see, my 8 fillets here are all pretty much the same size, except for that one. It's a lot thinner. So these have been on for about 3 hours now, and that one is pretty much done, so I'm gonna pull it off real quick. You don't want to overcook this, and it's kind of hard to overcook, to be honest with you, but this piece is done, so I'm gonna pull it off. We're gonna go have our taste tester give us a review. Yeah. See how that just falls apart at the seam? Look at that. And I'm gonna cut it in another little section. If you look closely, you can kind of see how that middle looks. It looks well done all the way through. You're not trying to dry it out, but you're trying to cook it definitely through. When you cook fish and you're not trying to make trout candy, this would be way overcooked. This is perfect, this will last longer. All right guys, here we go. Official taste test. One sec, hold on. One bite, everyone knows the rules. Are you ready? Okay, take a bite and let us know if it's good or awesome. Do you like it? Do you want more? Oh my goodness. That's my 3-year-old Layla. She is a little drama queen, a little bit. We're gonna have to get an honest review from somebody. But I wanted to show you guys. This is trout. A lot of people don't like trout. But the texture of this is absolutely amazing. It's literally like candy on the outside. If I can get this to... It's like candy on the outside. Look at that gleam, that glisten, the gleam. All right. It's amazing. It really is amazing. I'm gonna have to go grab another taste tester. All right, I have another critic in the house. My other daughter, Braylee. She just told me, I know this, she doesn't love fish. But I did cook salmon last night, what'd you say?
It slapped.
It slapped. What does that mean? Whatever that means. Okay, listen. This is steelhead. This is trout. Cut you off a little piece and try it. Honest review. Layla took a bite and she ran away. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Okay, so here.
I want this, yeah.
That is candied steelhead.
Is there bones in it?
There shouldn't be.
Mmm. That tastes so good.
Imagine, we're out on your moose hunt this year. It's been a long day, we've been hiking. You have a piece of that in your backpack. Next level.
Mm-hmm.
What's your honest opinion?
I think it tastes really good. It tastes like candy.
Hence the name Trout Candy. Will you just do me another favor and try a little piece of this?
Yeah.
This is actually, I like it, the trout a little more than the steelhead. It's hard to do this left-handed. Just take a bite of it.
I like the first one more.
Is this trout still good?
Mm-hmm.
So steelhead?
Yeah.
You're rating steelhead number 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Guys, I love this recipe because like I said, this is a way to preserve some of your catch. You can throw it in the freezer for sure and it will stay good and with just fillets. But if you make this recipe up, you can throw it in a bag, vacuum seal it, and then throw it back in the freezer, and then you'll have snacks throughout the year. We don't keep a lot of fish in the house, and when we usually do, we eat them fresh. But every once in a while, I like to do this recipe so we have some cured salmon in the fridge or in the freezer. So I've just pulled the rest of them off. They look amazing. I'm gonna let them cool down, and then I'm gonna vacuum seal all those. And they're gonna go back in the freezer, and then maybe here this fall, we'll be eating on that on your moose hunt if we don't eat it before. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the trout candy recipe video. I absolutely love it. But guys, there's so much you can do if you have the right gear. Get you some Camp Chef stuff, learn some recipes, watch some of our videos. We have a lot of recipes on the channel. Go watch them. Put those natural, those renewable resources to use and feed your family and yourself. As always, guys, we appreciate your support, and we'll see you guys soon.